crafters, and welcome to our Saturday online class, which is also my Stampin' Demonstrator group's blog hop. Normally this is a pre-recorded video. Today is the first time ever I'm doing the blog hop launch live, which is really exciting. And the projects that we're going to make today are really exciting. I'm excited to share them with you. We are going to be doing the triple time technique, and we're going to be doing it in 2 different styles. So that's really fun too. Before we get started, a couple of quick notes of what's happening, and I know I have had a little bit of a rough week. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. I know a few of you have already asked, and I have good and bad news. Flash is doing well. Look at my poor little puppy. They shaved his little belly. He is doing much better. He was diagnosed with cancer, which was a really rough, and here he is barking. It was a rough diagnosis, but it's treatable for now. He was able to come home. We're not sure for how long, but he's happy. He's back to his old self, and that makes me happy just every little minute that we have with him. So love that little guy. I'm very grateful for your patience this week. I'm sorry for all the postponements, but excited to be back on, excited to have my little buddy home again, and thank you for the love and the support. You guys are awesome. So in other news, in other stamping news, Celebration, just had to give you a quick flow in case you are brand new, watching us for the first time, or have been out of the country, I don't know, in a desolate planet, and didn't know Celebration was happening. This is the biggest sale of the year, and it's amazing. You get free products with every $50 order you place in my online store. And if you join our Stampin' Demonstrator group, which a bunch of us are on this blog hop today, you can get to the blog hop by the link in this video's description to see some amazing projects from some other amazing, talented crafters in the Stampin' group. You get 2 free stamp sets when you join us. So that's really fun. Plus you get a discount, plus you get all kinds of perks of joining, and also the Stampin' rewards. If you have an order over $150, you get bonus Stampin' rewards. Actually, it's $150, you get $15 free. $250, you get a bonus $25 with Celebration, plus your Celebration free products. So you get the free products, and then you get the bonus Stampin' rewards, and it's awesome! All right, so this is the blog hop. Let me tell you a little bit about what that means. It means that there are a group of amazingly talented crafters in my Stampin' Demonstrator group that are bloggers, and we are all sharing Valentine's Day projects today. And you can see them all on my stampwithtami.com blog simply by clicking on the link in this video's description. So if you're on Facebook, the description's above. And if you're watching the replay later on YouTube, I put all the replays later on YouTube for those of you who missed the live, aren't on Facebook. I'm not able to go live on YouTube yet, but someday that might be coming. We'll see. The links are below. And there is instructions on how to take the tour, so you can bounce from blog to blog and see all of the amazing projects that everyone has to share. And we have a giveaway for the blog hop. We have a giveaway every blog hop, and I have the winner announcement for last month's blog hop on the blog. We all have it announced on the hop. This month, our giveaway is the Flying Home stamp set. Now, to enter the blog hop giveaway, it's slightly different than my regular online class entry. So there you need to leave a comment on our blogs, and you can enter multiple times simply by leaving a comment on each blog in the hop. So you can leave a comment on mine, and then you can take the hop, and on each blog you can leave a comment, and you'll be entered once per blog for each entry. Be sure to leave the hashtag, and it says right on here, Stamp It Contest. We do search by that, so that is an important thing to add. However, in addition, since I'm live, doing this class live, not pre-recorded, and I always have live giveaways, I do have live giveaways today. So, and there are some pretty awesome giveaways here. We have got 2 Celebration sets. I mentioned you get free Celebration limited edition products when you place a $50 order in my online store. So you can choose the Lots of Lavender as one of those products. And the Happy Wishes is actually a new thing this year called a Level 2 Celebration. You can get this free with a $100 order. It's an amazing set. It's a 2-box set. It's like the artist, the CD artist, they have the 2-box set of their greatest hits. Well, this is a 2-box stamp set. It's an amazing set. I'm giving it away free. So all you need to do to enter the live drawing is leave a comment here on the video. And if you share the video, lots of love, you guys. I love you guys so much. You know I love to give this stuff away, and I love it when you're here. It's so much more fun. It's way more fun to do lives than it is to pre-record them, because I'm all by myself when I'm pre-recording. The last live giveaway I have here is this pop-up trash bin. And these are to die for. This is a style you can no longer get, limited edition style, so this is a pretty cool one. And all you got to do to enter to win that is, again, leave a comment here on this live. So if you guys have left a comment already, you're already entered on the video. I will be drawing the winners of these right here on this video. I want to tell you a little bit about the project that we're doing today. It's called the Triple Time Technique, and for one of the projects I'm showing, the side-align, and I'm just going to hold this up, but I'll show you a close-up in a minute. This was my original inspiration from Carol Payne. Carol was doing one of the card swaps that we did, and she was my original inspiration. I shared this on a demonstrator meeting recently, and everybody went crazy for it. And so I thought, well, you know what? Let's do it live. Let's do it for our blog hop. Everybody is dying for this. It's an awesome, awesome design, and it is so easy. We're going to do two different styles of it. I'm using the Petal palette stamp set, and if you've been following my blog or my Facebook page, you know I am doing a series right now on the Petal palette stamp set. It's a great, it's actually a bundle. Today we're just using the set for this, but I'll be showing you some samples after. Don't let me forget to show you the samples, because sometimes I forget, and then I'm done, and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot to show you the extra stuff. I have so many beautiful card samples to show you using this bundle. So many ideas. It's so versatile. It's so beautiful. Today we'll be using it for Valentine's Day, and it's awesome. So that is one great. You can get this bundle, and then you can get a free celebration product in the online store. I mean, it's a great, great set. So I'm going to pop down on the table, and we're going to show you a little bit about how to do the triple time technique. We'll move our live prize patrol over there for now. If you are new to my channel, if you haven't done any of my online classes before, just a quick heads up, I do have a free PDF for you on my blog. It's now available on the blog, and this has all the measurements that you're going to need for this technique. I'll be showing you two different designs. Let me just show them to you right now. There is the center design. See how it's centered right there? And there is the side aligned. So there's two different techniques, two different triple time techniques that I'm going to show you today. They're both super easy. And the beautiful thing about both of this card set right here is I'm using the exact same supplies for both cards. Both cards use, and they're very minimal supplies. So if you are new, this is a great technique for you. I mean, we've got one stamp set. It's a 2-box set. We've got one basic black ink pad, and these are both from the Brights Stampin' Write markers. It's Real Red and Old Olive and some organza white ribbon, which is optional. If you don't have the ribbon, the card still looks awesome. So that's it. That and some adhesive is all you need to make both of these cards, and a paper trimmer to cut it up. So the PDF has all the measurements you're going to need. You can download this free on my blog. You can find it later. If you don't have the supplies, you want to go back and make it later and watch the video again. All you need to do is either type in this URL here, or if you have a smartphone, you can zap this code and it will go right to the video page. I have a resource page for every online class that has all the information. It has the free PDF. It has the replay of the video. So it's a great resource. These are great to save either on the computer or to print out. It's got the supply list that I just showed you. Look at that. Eight products that you need to make this card. So simple and easy and amazing. And I also added in here some pictures of some of the other card designs that I did with the triple time, the same products, so some different colors that I'll show you when we're done. So I took from that Petal palette, and I'm just going to zoom in a little bit here. I don't want to make it too close. And I'm just using for the first, actually, let's see. Which one do we want to do here? Oh boy, so I'm missing a stamp. I hope I have it in here. I hope I didn't leave it. Oh, no, I do. Okay. Inside my, this is what's called a rubber clear mount stamp set, not to be confused with the clear stamp sets, which often does happen. It's rubber, and rubber comes in two different mounts. There's clear mount and there's wood mount. So you can get this either way, the stamp set. You can get it in wood mount. This particular one is in clear mount. So it just mounts right on a little acrylic block for the clear mount. And they store in these tiny little DVD cases, so they're great to put on your shelf. The wood cases are a little bit bigger because they come with the wood case, the wood mount in it. Now, we're going to start with the center. I'm going to do two different techniques here with these Stampin' Right markers. The first one, we're just going to do some line art coloring, which is some basic coloring with your project. The side aligned triple time, we're actually going to do direct to rubber coloring right on the rubber with the Stampin' Right markers. And these are the original Stampin' Right markers, not the alcohol markers. You do not want to color on stamps with alcohol markers. They'll dry out your rubber. Not good. Okay, so the trick to the triple time is the measurements. So that's where the PDF is going to come in handy for you. You can download that right on my blog. And I've got 3 layers here of Whisper White cardstock. Now I've pre-cut these to the measurements. And I have it right on here. This is the side aligned and the center aligned, how to make your cuts. And I'm using these cuts right here. I'm going to take some snail adhesive, a tiny bit in the center of the 2 top panels to attach them together so they don't move around. Not too much snail adhesive, just enough to hold it in place because we are taking these apart after. Okay, so I've lined that up. I'm just going to grab a little piece of scrap paper. Actually, you know what? We'll just use the back of this PDF for today since it's handy. And I'm going to take that basic black ink pad, and we're going to do our stamping. So we're going to start with the words. I'm going to put those right in the middle of the middle panel, straight on there. And then I'm going to take the smaller rows from that stamp set. So beautiful. And we're going to randomly stamp this right over all 3 layers. I'm going off the edge, and I'm intentionally going over the different panels so that it crosses the different panels, twisting it a little bit as I go. So it's random. It gives you a look of motion. It's beautiful. This alone is just beautiful. But then we're going to bring it to life when we color it. And there really is just no right or wrong way to do this. It's just random. It's all awesome. Okay. Just put that aside for now. So we've got 3 layers. It looks just like that. I mean, it's beautiful in itself, right? And we haven't even done the technique to it yet. Okay, now the Stampin' Right markers, these come in sets by color families, and there's 4 different color families. I want to line them up the right way, the same way, so you can see here. There's 2 different tips to them. There is a fine art tip where you would use that if you were coloring in small spaces, if you were signing your name, and there's a brush tip to each one. I'm using the brush tip today, and we are just going to color in the roses and the leaves of this image. Oh, welcome you guys. I see there's a whole bunch of you on there. Love you guys. I'm very, very happy to be back. And if you guys are just joining us late, the update on flashes, he was diagnosed with cancer, but he started a chemo treatment that has been awesome. He's feeling back to his old self. It might be a limited amount of time. We don't really know how he's going to react to it, but I'm grateful for every minute that I have with him, and I love that he's feeling better and back to his old self, and that makes me happy. So happy stamping, happy puppy. So I'm just coloring in with the brush tip end here, the roses. I'm using real red right now. And then I'm going to switch to Old Olive. But both of these colors are in the Bold Brights collection. So if you got the Bold Brights, you would get both real red and Old Olive. They're very common colors. They're staples, I think, in my collection. I use them all the time. So that is a good collection to get the Brights of the Stampin' Rights if you don't get the whole big box at once. All right, Cheryl is vacationing in Mexico while she's watching the show today. That's awesome. I am a little jealous of your weather there in Mexico because it's a little chilly, although it is supposed to warm up a little bit. Okay, so we've got our roses cut. Do you see how this is just popping? It just brings it to life. And then we're going to do the leaves on here. Again, just coloring those in. Okay, that is a very good question, Tina's asking, could you use the Stampin' blends here if you like? For this card, yes. But you would want to switch your black from the archival black to the Memento black. Archival black with regular markers, Memento black with alcohol markers, because the Memento black is made for the alcohol markers. There's a scientific reason. It has to do with alcohol in the ink that doesn't, if you put alcohol, like two negatives, you know, don't work together. It's kind of like that. So if that confused you, I apologize, but it does make a difference, the blacks. For the next technique that I'm going to share with you guys, the coloring on the stamp, you do not want to use your Stampin' blends for that one. You want to use these non-alcohol markers when we do that one. And I missed a rose somewhere. I just saw it. There it is. Okay. All right. So basically, that is all there is to making this card. That is how quick and easy this is. You're like, but wait, that doesn't look like your other card, does it? It doesn't. I also want to point out, if you stamp and there's a little gap here in between the layers, it's okay. It's all right if the image has a little gap when you originally stamp it, because when we put the card together, the frame, the real red frame, is going to cover up that gap. And that is very common to have a gap there. I think I actually got lucky, but I'll show you it on the next one. I think I got lucky with this one. I didn't see any. So I'm only using snail adhesive on this card to attach it. So I'm just going to attach each panel to its frame. So there's the real reds were a 1/4 of an inch bigger than the white, so they can make a perfect frame for each panel. And then this is going to go Mary's asking, what breed is Flash? He's a beagle. He's a beagle. And you know what, Mary? She said her grandson's dog was also diagnosed with cancer. I have heard that. I've heard that quite a bit, that the dogs have responded well and have gone on to have very healthy lives for you know, a fair amount of time, which is very, very promising. I am very happy to hear that. Like I said, he's feeling so much better, and that makes me happy. He's snoring again at night. He was having trouble breathing, and he was wheezing the whole time, and he wasn't snoring anymore. He had fluid in his lungs. And it's funny because usually his snoring would annoy me. But after, when he was wheezing and he couldn't snore, I was so worried about him that now that he's sleeping normal again and he started snoring again, it's like so comforting. I love hearing him snore right now. It makes me so happy. Okay, that's it. I just put the panels back where we originally stamped them after we layered them on the frame, and our card is done. That's how quick and easy that is. Isn't that amazing? I mean, it's so easy. So awesome. Such a great, great card. All right, so this is the center aligned triple time technique. Now, the next one I'm going to show you is very similar, and the only difference is it's going to have different measurements for the cuts. Oh, you know what? I guess we're not done because I didn't put the bow on it. So for the bow, let's go ahead and do that. The bow, I just tied it right on the spool here. Oh, that's interesting, Tina, that your sister's beagle had the same thing happen. I guess it's common at some point. He's 12, so he's getting a little older, and I mean, eventually. My heart, I can't go there. I can't go there. I'm just happy to have him home. Oh, and he's such a mascot, you know, for my stamping. He's at every class, laying under the table, sleeping, trying to eat the snacks. All right. Oh, thank you guys. I'm glad that you love this card. It is a beautiful card. Okay, so, sorry, I had a little struggle there with that ribbon. We'll just cut that right off. And then, I know I said I used snail for all the adhesive, but I did prefer the mini glue dot for the ribbon. You can still use snail, and I didn't put that on the supply list, but now it's done. That's it. That was the completion right there. Okay, now for thanks for the hearts. You guys are awesome. So now we're going to do the side aligned. As you can see, this one's a little bit to the side where this one's in the center. The measurements are a little bit different, and there's actually an additional layer on this side aligned one, so it's actually 4 layers, but we're still only stamping on 3. Now, that one, again, measurements are on the free PDF. If you are late to the party, there are, I've pre-cut this, but there are measurements on this free PDF that are on my blog, and you can get to this simply by clicking on the link in the video's description, as well as all of the supplies that I'm using, the Petal palette. This is actually part 4 in my series on the Petal palette stamp set in the bundle, because that is just amazing. Amazing. All right, now I am going to attach the side aligned slightly different than I did the center aligned. So the center aligned, we just stacked them on top of each other. For the side align, I'm actually going to do them a little bit to the side, so they're kind of line up a little bit like this. Again, a tiny little bit of snail just to keep them held together. I am going to take them apart after, so I don't want too much snail there. I don't want them ripping the cardstock underneath. Okay. There we go. So it's going to look, whoops. Again, I don't want a lot of snail on there. I just want it to hold together. I don't want it to be there forever. So actually, probably what I would do first is stamp the words. I probably should have done that before I attached it, but we'll give it a shot while it's attached. I guess maybe it's easy enough to... here we go. I guess it's easy enough to pull that off and do the words real quick and put it back on. So I'm stamping those. I'm using the Archival Black ink pad today. Now, the question was asked, can you use the Stampin' blends for the techniques that we're doing today? And the answer there is yes for the first one, but you need to switch to Memento black ink. No for this technique that I'm going to show you now, because we're going to color directly on the rubber of the stamps. And the Stampin' blends are alcohol markers. They will dry out the stamp. So you do not want to use Stampin' blends for this technique that I'm about to show you. Using the same markers we used on the first card, I'm using Old Olive and Real Red. And we're just going to color right directly on the rubber. I'm going to color the leaves Old Olive. And then we're going to color the roses in the Real Red. So same exact colors, everything matches, everything goes together with the cardstock we're about to use. Get that right under there. And I am doing a series on this stamp set, so I'm going to show you samples in a minute of some other card designs that were created with it. But be sure to visit my stampwithtami.com blog this week to see even more. I have just got some beautiful samples. Some are mine, some are swaps, made with this stamp set. I missed a leaf here, so I'm going back with the green. And that are just amazing. It's such an amazing bundle, and I love to give you lots of ideas for versatility for when you get yours, so you have lots of ideas to use it. And I mean, especially if you're a new stamper, this is a great one to start with. It has the words. It's got some beautiful images. And look at, I mean, this works for all different occasions, even Valentine's Day. Now, after you've colored this, you may be thinking, well, isn't that going to dry on the stamp? How do you color all that? I'm sitting here talking. Is that going to dry on you? And absolutely, yes, it is. So we need to activate that ink again simply by huffing on it with my breath. So I call that the Darth Vader. I'm just going to breathe on it. And I am going to stamp it down in the lower left-hand corner right over all 3 panels. I'm going to give it some good pressure there. Now, remember I told you if there's a gap in between these panels, it's okay. The first one I did pretty good. I didn't have any, which doesn't really matter because they get hidden. And this one I do have a gap, so I'm going to show you why this doesn't matter. Now, what I mean by that is, see that little gap there where the panels meet up? There's a little gap where it didn't get the ink from the stamp. First of all, isn't that beautiful? It is beautiful, right? So quick and easy. Just that's a great coloring technique right there. Great little secret. Okay, so this gap, we're going to show you why that doesn't matter by peeling this off. Got to peel these 3 layers off and attaching them to their frames. So again, these measurements are on the PDF. Each Real White panel has, each Whisper White panel has a Real Red. Man, not enough caffeine this morning. I'm a little earlier than normal, right? Normally I'm on at noon, and I've had enough caffeine that I'm not stumbling over my words. Oh, okay. That was a lie. I'm always stumbling over my words. Caffeine or no caffeine. So the real red panels are simply 1/4 of an inch larger than the white to make the frame. So we're going to attach the Whisper White to those real red panels. And then when we go to attach them together, they're going to line up like this. That frame is going to hide the gap, so you're not going to see it. And it's one of the beauties of this design, is that everything is kind of hidden. So we're just going to put some snail adhesive on the back of these top 2 panels. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm sitting here putting snail adhesive. You probably can't see this because it's too far. I got a flash hair. Flash was sitting next to me when I was cutting this, and I got a little flash hair in the back there. So this card was made with love, with flash hair. So if you get it as a thank you card, if you're one of the lucky winners here, I'd probably send this one out as a thank you. You get a little loving from Flash. A little thank you from the little guy for all your support. All right, so I am just layering those exactly like we had them, but with the border underneath. And now we're just going to attach them. Isn't that awesome? Can you believe how easy that was to put together? So now we are just going to attach those to the card. Now this is the main panel that's going right on the card base. And you could actually take another one of these Whisper Whites and put it on the inside and stamp your sentiment and stamp your rose. I'm really just here to show you the technique today, so I'm gonna skip that part today, but it is also, you know, it's great to have decorated cards on the inside too. So I'm just taking some snail adhesive on the back of this to attach it to our card base and lining it up so that it all kind of blends right here. All the lines are in the same place. And voila. Our card is complete, except it's naked without the bow. Again, this bow is optional, but Mary says all of her cards include Labrador love from her dog. Little sneaky little hair on the inside there. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so just that bow went together way better than the first bow I tried to tie. Caffeine must be kicking in. So I'm going to use a mini glue dot here. It's not on the supply list. You could use snail. Oh my gosh, I love you guys. Thanks for the hearts. So appropriate for Valentine's Day too. I love that little heart button. It's like we used to say when we were on Periscope, when Linda and I were on Periscope, we used to say that heart fountain that used to come up on Periscope that now goes across and on Facebook was Periscope's way of applause. Oh my gosh, I love you guys right back. I love stamping. This really is great therapy. And after this week, I needed it. It was a rough week. So I'm very happy to be back and getting my little therapy. So that there is our card set. And that was, again, same exact supplies for both cards. That's how quick and easy this went together. 2 different coloring techniques with the markers. These are the regular Stampin' Write markers. And then just some different measurements here, really. It's all about the measurements, and those are all on the free PDF. Now, as promised, I have some other samples to show. So I've been doing a series on the Petal Palette bundle, the stamp set and the coordinating dies this past week on my blog. This is the stamp set here. So it's the stamp set we used on this card. Again, great for beginners because look at all of the sayings that it has in here. It's got some of these beautiful images that can work for any occasion. And then we've got these beautiful words that can go for any occasion. So here is the original here from Carol Payne that she gave me the original design here for the side-aligned triple time technique and the coloring on the markers. Now this one would be great for wedding anniversary card. And the colors here are Soft Sky and Bermuda Bay and the same old olive there. Same exact technique. And then I went ahead and made a couple more with some different coloring so you can see different color schemes here. This one was Crumb Cake and Fresh Fig, done exactly the same as the one that we just did. I have all of these variations on my blog and on the free PDF. And this one here was some Berry Burst. Just a little Berry Burst. I love you. Simple, easy, fun, showing it in some different colors. Just a wow. It really is a wow card. Now, moving forward with some other designs from this bundle, just to show you the versatility and the amazingness of this bundle. Some of these are on my blog already. You can see the series that I posted already. In this particular series, I have an extra bonus, the Petal Palette series. I've added instructions and measurements for all of the cards on the blog. I can't do that every day. I do share a project every day. I'm not always able to put all that in there. I do as much as I possibly can. But this particular series has that bonus, so you don't want to miss it. So beautiful here, and it's got the matching paper on the background here. And here's another card with it. This is just that stamp set that we use, that same rose stamp set stamped in black, and the framelits cut it out. But here's what I wanted to show you here. With the Stampin' Blend markers, the alcohol markers, not the ones we use today, but the alcohol markers, you can color on the rhinestones and make them any color. So you can actually make them match. How awesome is that, right? Beautiful. Now here's one that I shared yesterday on my blog. This one's from my friend Terry Gaines. Beautiful classic. This would make another great Valentine's Day, but it could also work for many other occasions here. And it's got this was colored in with the Stampin' Blends, the alcohol markers to give it that dimension. And the background here is the new garden trellis. Can you see that? It's textured and it's beautiful. And then this is a scalloped oval in black on tone. So it's striking. The black and white is just striking. It's so elegant. And here's another one. This one from Veronica. I just posted this one on my blog as part of the series. Now, a little bonus in this, that you could do this with the Stampin' Blend markers, or you could do it with coloring with the ink pads. I wanted to come up close here, though, to show you that she used those glitter epoxy dots that are in the mini catalog here on the flowers as dew. Genius, right? Who would have thought that? Veronica, of course. She's so talented. I'm so blessed to have her in my life. Veronica Zales, if you're not familiar with her, does a lot of designing for me, and she's just amazing. She also designed this one, and it's got the coordinating, the texture folder on the indigo here that coordinates with it, and it's got the wood texture background here. It almost matches my background. Now, here's one I posted as a sneak peek back before the catalogs came out, and it also uses the Lots of Lavender, which is one of the giveaways today, the celebration set Lots of Lavender. I have it right here. So it's this rose from the Lots of Lavender. You can get this free during celebration, or free if you are a lucky winner today on this online class. But it also uses the Petal palette here to cut out the dies to cut out that background. Here's another, this was a swap card that came in the swap. Just showing you a very different design. Very different. This one's a thank you card, completely different, same exact stamp set. Great design. So many, exactly. Karen says she loves it. There's so many options here. Totally. That is the beauty of this set, and I love it. And I love being able to showcase so many different ideas here. This one I want to show you up close. It uses the coordinating designer paper that comes with that series, and it was sponged to match the card. So the designer paper in the series is black and white, but you can color it with a sponge or a sponge dauber to match. So perfect, right? You take the white and make it this one is Pool Party, and then you can color the pearls here are colored with the Stampin' Blends, the alcohol markers, to match the Bermuda Bay on it. Perfect. It's beautiful, simple. Again, this one, same thing. These pearls were colored to match. They're matching the card as well. And then this one, simple, beautiful. It's got the little stitch shapes here. And this one, she took the Stampin' White markers and connected the stitch shapes so it actually looks like there's threading on it. Another great idea there. Here's another one, using that designer paper, colored in just a couple of the pieces of it to match, to pull the color all together. A couple of those little flowers. And this one also uses, these are embellishments that come in that bundle too that match. See the leaves and the metal there that match everything? Love that. Here's another one. It's got these are the framelits that come with that match the whole suite, and then the rose cut out there with a little bit of designer paper. Beautiful. And okay, so the embellishment. If I'm just going back here because Lisa was asking, these embellishments, and I'm drawing a blank. They go with the Petal palette suite. They are part of the suite. I forget the name of them, but they match the stamp set and the dies. And then here's another one, that same rose set, the two stamps that we used on our triple time cards, but colored in here. And these, I believe, were colored in with the watercolor pencil. Just that, again, another simple card. And then here's one here, just using the leaves from that with the I think that this was these are punches here, the leaf punch here. But great little background, nice little thank you card. And here's the last share I have for the video. But don't forget, join my blog series, and you'll be able to check out even more with the details on a lot of the cards that I'm sharing there. And this one here, again, sponged the color on the background of the designer paper to match the card. Perfect. And don't forget this here, and these are the cards I have to share, but this is my blog hop. This is my blog hop project, which means if you pop over to the stampwithtami.com blog on the link in this video's description, you can take the rest of the blog hop tour. We have a giveaway there. The giveaway is a little bit different than my online class giveaways. You need to leave a comment on the blog with the hashtag Stampit Contest, and when you do that, you'll be entered. You can enter once per blog. You're going to get so many amazing Valentine's Day projects. This was only the beginning. Before you pop on over there, let's draw some winners of our live. Right now, I'm going to pop on over to our, and there's my blog right there. We're going to pop on over to our giveaway site. Good luck to everybody. If you've left a comment here on the live video, you will be entered to win. And my giveaways today are the Lots of Lavender Celebration set we just saw, the Happy Wishes Celebration set, and a pop-up trash bin. Those scrap bins are, everybody's dying for those. Wow, oh my gosh, there's a lot of comments. You guys are awesome. Wow, everybody's up on Saturday morning. Might have to do more Saturday morning lives. All right, so good luck to everybody. Our first winner is for the Lots of Lavender stamp set, and that winner is Gail Peck. Congratulations, Gail. Our next winner is for the Happy Wishes stamp set, and that winner is Sonia Jatwa. Sonia, S-O-N-A-L, Jatwa. Congratulations, Sonia. And our last is for, I moved it over here, the scrap bin. This is a pop-up scrap bin. These are awesome. It's got the Stampin' Up logo on it. Put it next to your, I have them everywhere in my house. I have them in my car. They're awesome. They're next to all of my crafting tables. You just throw your little scraps in there, and then they pop up and fold away when you're done. The winner of this is, and you can't buy these, by the way. I keep asking them to put them in the catalog because these would sell like hotcakes. The winner of that is Debbie Endicott, I hope I'm saying this right, Hawkshurst. Congratulations. She's watching from Vancouver, Washington. All right, guys, if you have won a prize, be sure to fill out the prize claim form on my blog. And if you are wondering how to know if you win a prize, it's all listed right there on my blog as well as in the weekly newsletter, so be sure to sign up for that. All right, now be sure to pop on over to the blog, take the rest of the blog hop tour, and I will see you back on Tuesday. Linda and I will be live with the Stampin' Scoop Show from last week that we had to reschedule. So we'll see you then, noon Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for joining.